Hello everyone, this is Sarah Anma from artofrelationship.net, here with another love moment for you. I'm really riled up and I may seem calm, and that's because I sat and I did some meditation, but I tell you what, my mercury just shot through the roof and I had to do a lot of breathing and then sitting and feeling like, okay, what's happening here? What's getting activated? The external activation that happened was there was a young woman. I was riding the BART this morning, and there was a beautiful young woman on the train, and an older man who was pestering her. And wow, he was so manipulative and so intrusive, and just went right in there with all the tools that he had and that he had learned, and was really predatory with her. And what drove me crazy was that she had zero tools to protect herself and rise above in grace and compassion. And we really set our girls and our boys up to lose. Are you Armenian? No. Are you Italian? Yes. Who are you? What's your name? Where do you work? What's the name of your work? Where is it? And just like intrusive. And I looked at him, and he looked like he was drugged up. He looked clean cut enough, but he was drugged up and out of his body for sure. And really looked like an offender, as John Bradshaw would put it, or a perpetrator, which of course means that he had been perpetrated against at some point and was reenacting some old pattern for him. It felt like she was in danger, and all she could do was follow social decorum and be quote-unquote polite to him at the cost of her integrity, of her safety, and of just anything that felt right for her. She just was like shrinking up. And my mercury is like shooting through the roof, and I'm thinking like, this has to stop. And before I could breathe and think clearly how I might best serve them, he'd followed her off the train and the doors had closed. So my ire didn't help anything. I wasn't able to show up in compassion either. My fear and safety things got triggered big time, and mama bear, I gotta protect the world, and especially protect young women from predatory men, and I feel the same way about young men as well, and even people who are older but still don't have the tools to really take care of themselves. So one of the things that is the problem here is that we are nicey nice and follow proper decorum at the cost of our integrity and sometimes our safety, when really we're not being nice to anyone. When we engage with somebody like that, we are enabling bad behavior. And that's not kind or compassionate to them. When we are compromising our integrity, not only do we have that first, like just battering, but then we have the secondary and tertiary suffering of judging ourselves. Why did I let that happen? So we're not helping anybody when we do that dance, when we do the dance with them. We want to do what happens in Aikido, is take that energy and channel it and bring it to the floor so that it's not dangerous. One of the ways that we can do that is just take a breath. Notice it consciously for what it is, what's happening here. He needs something. I'm not willing to provide it. So I can raise my energy up and be kind. I'm not willing to tell you my name right now. Or I'm not willing to tell you my name. And I'm not willing to tell you where I work. And a lot of times we can just do it energetically with this big heart, juicy full of love, like, so it's a big difference in taking care of ourselves from resisting. We get into this like panic resistance, or like aggressive resistance, or doormat, and just, gotta be nicey nice. None of these serve anyone, you or the other person. And I really welcome you to find ways that you can better take care of yourself rather than act in this superficial, fake propriety that is so pervasive. Because you know what happened? As soon as they got off the train, I took some deep breaths, and the same thing happened with another 2 people. Although this woman had the defensive protective, the aggressive, like, get back, which that's playing the game too. That doesn't serve either. So we want to learn how to just really access our grace and our integrity and be gentle but firm, compassionate but firm. I'm not going to do this dance with you, but I'm going to love you from afar. So this is your love moment from me to you. I love you. I appreciate you. And as you know, it's my passion to help people really step into their integrity so that they're not the bulldozer and they're not the doormat. Believe me, for a long time I vacillated between those 2 poles, and it was a nightmare. It was such a nightmare. It's like, first I have this terrible experience of not being in my integrity, living in aggression or doormat. And then I've got the secondary and tertiary suffering of judging myself, judging them, judging the situation. And it's just all lose-lose. So thank you so much for being here today. I'm so grateful to be with you. I love you. I appreciate you. And please let me know if I can help you to step into your grace and your integrity.